Blue eye dress for every situation, moving through the doorway of a nation. Pick me up and check it out, baby, I can't do without. Don't mess around, you bring me down. How you get about, don't make sounds, move out. I remember only for an hour. Move right to me, can you feel the power? I don't know what's going on, scares me but it won't be long. Don't mess around, you bring me down. How you get about, don't make sounds, move out. Move out, move out, move out, move out, move out, move out. Now he's in control, he is my lover. Nation stand against him, he's your brother. Been a long time now, I'll get to you somehow. Move out, don't mess around. Move out, you bring me down. Move out, how you get about, don't make sounds. Move out, move out, don't mess around. Move out, you bring me down. Move out, how you get about, don't make sounds. Move out. Now he's in control, he is my lover. Nation stand against him, he's your brother. Been a long time now, I'll get to you somehow. Don't mess around, you bring me down. How you get about, don't make sounds, move out. Don't mess around, you bring me down. How you get about, don't make sounds, move out.
We don't see groups. We don't see victims. We don't see people we want to exploit. What we see is potential.
Red is the perfect one. Black is the brooding bad boy. Green is the clown, and yellow, well, she's the girl. So what are you supposed to be?
I'm got this!
You're outnumbered, Aragorn. You need more men.
There are none.
There are those who dwell in the mountain.
This is the last time the world will see you as my little girl. Couldn't there be just a little more time? Couldn't you say that beautiful little baby out on my porch for just a little bit longer?
Ska Blo Langley, I need you to come home to me. So you listen close. Save everyone you can, honey. Not one more. Not one less.
Him that encouraged you, hopefully, because without the encouragement of your father, man, the world is a dismal place. It's very difficult to be a courageous person unless you have your father in body and spirit behind you. It's very demoralizing.
God wants the best for you. Believe that. I do. Learn to pray. It's easy and it's so good for your soul. Nobody is perfect. People are going to tell you you're perfect just the way you are. You're not. You are imperfect. You always will be. But there is a powerful force that designed you that way. And if you're willing to accept that, you will have grace. And grace is a gift. And like the freedom that we enjoy in this country, that grace was paid for with somebody else's blood. Do not forget it. Don't take it for granted. God bless you. Please get home safely. Thank you.
Hello, people of Earth. It is I, Emperor Zurk. As you can tell, this has been pre-recorded. It is because I am out hunting for new Jeffs. Although, it comes to my attention that you may be confused. Jeffs are co-ed. As you can see here, we are aware that you are a dual-sex species, and therefore you should know that it's okay to be a girl Jeff. Wow. That's a lady Jeff right there. Whoa. But yeah. Sign up today. We're out checking them out. Yeah, oh no, I think I said the wrong thing there. Quick, Jeff, cut the thing! Cut it!
You know, Disney just shits money, I guess, you know, and they can dump it all over you even after you say you're never going to play the Iron Man again. But here we are. Ta-da. The rumor mill is aflare. It's up and running at full speed, full tilt ahead. The rumor on the street is Robert Downey Jr. will be returning to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And that means one thing and one thing alone. That means he's coming back as Iron Man. That's right. The mighty snap that undid Robert Downey Jr.'s MCU career apparently is getting undone itself. Now, as you know, the multiverse of madness, Doctor Strange Mom, opened up the gateway to anybody and everybody getting a piece of the Marvel pie. So it doesn't really matter, I guess, at this point, if Robert Downey Jr. is returning as the Iron Man that snapped himself out of existence, or if he's a variant of that guy. So, yay, we're getting that. I don't know. I've been in favor of recasting everybody, but then again, I'm also in favor of like mothballing this whole thing. It's been quite a failed experiment in how to bring the mythological levels of storytelling that are in comic books into movies. At least these days, when it's supposed to be so narrative heavy anyway. But here we are, right? Here we are. Yeah, he was on Joe Rogan, and he said he wasn't going to do that. So I don't know. Maybe like bug food sales are down, right? Remember that? He was making mealworms into like what is that? Like bread mix or something. You could have like maggot meal bread or something. I don't know. Maybe he needs more money to promote that stupid shit. I don't know. Wilberforce Wooster says Secret World would allow them to bring back the old actors and then end with a recast. That's true. I mean, I doubt they'll avoid Franklin Richards, given the fact that he is like they're trying to introduce the Fantastic Four, and he's kind of a perfect vehicle to do that because he remade the Marvel universe after this last spat with Secret Wars. So I don't know. I just this stuff needs to go away. It's it's really become too top heavy. There's nothing to draw people into this that aren't like already like, you know, neck deep in it, I guess, right? Because at this point you go advertising Secret Wars to like one of those freshly minted adults they keep making, you know, fresh out of high school kind of guy, you know, maybe not into comics so much because he grew up hip deep in anime, right? But you got this live action battle world, Secret Wars to decide the end all be all. Robert Downey Jr. returns and Chris Evans probably and Chris Hemsworth because he doesn't have anything better to do. And here we go, right? What's that kid gonna think of that? If you're not already hip deep in the MCU, this isn't going to bring you in. This whole effort to reboot things isn't going to bring you in. I'm not sure anything is really going to bring new people to the table with these properties because Marvel's made such a statement with how it creates things that even a reboot, I'm not sure will solve the problem. You know? Wilberforce Wooster says Sony was smart trying to decouple Spider-Man from all of the MCU. Yeah, it's again like they've made such a brand out of it. It's like the McDonald's M. You know, when you see a Marvel product, you basically know the kind of stamped out cheeseburger style entertainment you're gonna get. It doesn't vary. Scorsese, he said it was a theme park ride. And he's absolutely right. Everything goes the same way every time. There's a loop-de-loop, there's a humpty-hump, and then it comes to an end, get your ticket, get back on the ride again. It's very annoying. Yeah, Darren Wagner says, I don't even know what Secret Wars is. Well, Secret Wars is basically Crisis of Infinite Earths, but on one Earth, and everybody gets together and beats the living hell out of each other for the right to determine what reality is, I guess. Usually Doctor Doom's pissed and causes the thing to happen. The Beyonders got involved in this too before, and the Beyonders are assholes that have like cosmic power beyond like most characters' imagination and all that jazz. So again, the limit to the story they can tell here isn't there. They can do whatever they want with it. If Franklin Richards restarting the MCU could go in any direction, good or bad. But I don't know, man. Like, as a guy that's just like not into this, Darren Wagner, that's not like aware of like these previous incarnations of these stories, like, where's the draw for him? Is it the spooky name? Ooh, Secret Wars. Oh no. I don't know. And Doctor Doom gets to marry Sue. Yeah, that's basically what that is, he just goes to town wrecking everybody for no reason other than like, I am the most powerful, scariest guy because I do magic and technology. Ooh, spooky. But here it is. A new rumor claims that Robert Downey Jr. has agreed to return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The guy who started it all, right? I mean, sure, we had the Blade movie before this, and then there's a Fantastic Four movie, right? And they did the Thing out of claymation, and it was horrific, right? Or was that a TV show? I don't remember. But yeah, basically, the guy that got started with what we consider the traditional MCU is returning after saying he wasn't going to wear the costume again. He wasn't going to rise to the occasion of being Iron Man again. He was done. He was going to do his artsy-fartsy stuff. Then he went and made some weird music videos and some awkward ads for Target. And then he shaved his head and started selling bug meal for people who want to eat bugs. As you can see, the career trajectory went very well for him, making $80 million a film and then selling bug powder. It's normal. This new rumor comes courtesy of scooper My Time to Shine, hello, who wrote on X, quote, RDJ already agreed to come back, unquote. Very deep, very insightful, very informative as well. Very deep. Here we are, though. Okay. The rumor comes in wake of a previous one from Tatiana Siegel at Variety, who claimed, quote, sources say there have been talks to bring back the original gang for an Avengers movie. This would include reviving Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man and Scarlett Johansson's Black. Good fucking luck with that one. Good fucking luck with that one, buddy. No way in hell. She sued Disney. No, they are not bringing her back. There's no way. I don't even think she'd agree to that. Anyway, both of whom were killed off in Endgame. Yeah, really weird for both of them, too. Such a strange death. But anyway, however, Siegel noted the studio had not committed to the idea yet, and salaries such as Robert Downey Jr.'s $25 million for Iron Man 3 could be a hurdle. Yeah, especially if they keep doing all this CGI wacky-dacky stuff they want to do with the suit. Like, I get it. It's easier than dressing him up every day in a suit that you quite literally have to, like, socket wrench onto his body. But really, it looks so much better. The physical suit, now I realize this is CGI that's on him, but this is based on the physical suit from the original Iron Man movie. I believe this is the Mark III. And it looks great. I get the idea of the nano suit Iron Man, right? I got it. It's cool. You don't have to like go through the whole rigmarole having him find a place to put the armor on or a briefcase like in the Avengers movie. None of that. You can just have him just do the thing he did with the hand glove thing, and then all of a sudden he's got a repulsor blast glove and it changes into a whole suit, or the Dora watch that changed into a whole suit. That game. But this looks so much better. The bulky armor style of it, so it doesn't look like some kind of like printed pajama you get your kid. I like the original, what they did with him, and $25 million to have the actor there. Then you're going to spend like another at least $50 million, like designing, animating, lighting, planning the scenes, all this jazz they have to do to get the lighting right for that CGI suit, rather than just building a series of stunt suits and having him walk around in it. you're going to pay him $25 million, get your money out of him. Don't stick him in some weird mocap pajama suit and have him wander around like an idiot. Give him an armor. See, this is one of the things, like, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but when Ian McKellen was doing Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit movie, they green screened the whole space in for him, and he like started crying because like he just didn't understand how like this very null void green screen space, he couldn't emotionally get into that space and play that character. So when you go back and you watch Robert Downey Jr.'s performances, you see him kind of like change a lot when they start putting that mocap pajama suit on him. And I really think actors do better when they have physical things to interact with, aside from null void green screen spaces and CGI armor. But whatever. Marvel Studios' Steven Broussard informed Gizmodo back in February that Downey was off the table. Oops, guess we lied. Quote, well, I think one of the meta-narratives of Phase 4 was about new characters. It was about new people stepping into the mantles. If you look at like Cassie Lang in Quantumania, getting a suit, and Katie Bishop in Hawkeye, new characters being introduced like Jack in Werewolf by Night. He went on to say, after these first 10 years of Marvel storytelling, torches are being passed, like with Robert Downey Jr. no longer being on the table and stuff like that. It was kind of like a new generation stepping to the forefront, which, again, has always happened in the comics. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, everybody loves that when you got your jerk-off people that just, show up, take over the mantle, nobody gets to ask questions, it's over with. Everybody loves that. There we go. And Wilberforce Rooster says, should have killed off Clint. So stupid. Well, I don't know. Jeremy Renner is trying to make a comeback. I mean, like, of course, he won't be doing a lot of the stunts and stuff, but I can't imagine where he wouldn't be useful as a mentor character. I mean, there's even a story you can write in for Hawkeye to have that kind of injury and then, live with it. Like, that what Jeremy Renner's going through. So anyway, Downey commented on a possible return to GQ in April of 2021. Ah, yes, the far-off, distant year of 2021. Quote, I have alighted for now. Real world to save, but never say never. He previously told Digital Spy in 2019, we had to get off. Wow. Okay. We opted to and knew it was part of the job to get off the bus while it rolled on to other destinations. There's something very sobering about it. I'm glad he and I will be there to welcome others as they retire their jerseys, Robert Downey Jr. added. However, there have been numerous rumors that Marvel Studios is planning a soft reboot to the Marvel Cinematic Universe with their Avengers Secret Wars film that Downey and other previous Avengers actors will return for. MCU, the reign of Marvel Studios author Joanna Robinson alleges during an appearance on the Watch podcast, quote, well, that's what Secret Wars probably is. I think that's exactly what Secret Wars is. We have a quote from Kevin Feige sort of implying as much, that the Secret Wars will serve as a soft reboot in which they can prune everything that's not working and just keep what is or bring back people you thought were gone forever. If Chris Evans is like, you know what, my post-Captain America career is not going the way that I wanted it to, I want to come back and pick up the shield. Or Downey's like, you know what? It's too much. You know what? You know what is too much money? I hate these quotes. Nobody talks like this. Scooper Sil Abdul also poised back in September, Secret Wars would be effectively a soft reboot for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Sil does a whole video here. You could check out his YouTube channel, Sil Abdul. As you can see here with his socials up top, check him out. Looks like he's Sil Abdul anywhere you want to find him. He said, quote, is this going to reboot the MCU as we know it? Now, the concept in 2015's Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars is that all of these different Earths were kind of molded together. Yes, Feige is basically taking pieces of stuff that he wants to keep from all of these different realities, and he's going to put it together as like a new Marvel universe. Abdul then reiterated the MCU Earth 616 as we know it, that's going to be gone. Not as far as erasing the history of the stories, but that's not going to be the same Marvel universe by the end of Secret Wars. Scooper, My Time to Shine, hello, also previously indicated that Secret Wars will change the Marvel Cinematic Universe back in September as well. So apparently something went on in September, right? Something apparently happened that this stuff started to leak out. My guess is I think, yeah, September was a month after Jonathan Majors couldn't get out from the strangulation charges he got. Now, Jonathan Majors is the guy that plays Kang, and we'll get into that story in a bit. But that sounds like when he applied for the extension on like moving forward with the case and was denied like getting out of the case altogether, a month later, they started talking about this. Because it was August when he asked for that extension, so. Wilberforce Rooster says, maybe the new generation should have been X-Men and Fantastic Four. I mean, you had the perfect opportunity. Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man was paranoid throughout the series. You remember this? And so what happened, that unfortunate Iron Man 3 movie, how Tony got his groove back, that movie like totally underlined that problem Tony had, the post-traumatic stress disorder from the Avengers situations and stuff. And so this obsession with keeping the Earth safe would have worked out perfectly for him to like snap his fingers and introduce the X-Men. I mean, you could figure out the Fantastic Four thing because again, they're more popularly known as a science team that was exposed to cosmic rays. And so the premise of them getting their powers is sort of like anytime you want to pull that lever, you can do that. It's not like you have to establish a backstory millions of years old to explain them the way you have to with the mutants. So Robert Downey Jr. had with his exit, snapping his fingers, he had the perfect opportunity to merge those universes on the other side. But they didn't do it. Maybe they thought it was just too much for the audience to swallow, and they just didn't want to like overwhelm them with that. It was enough to end him without introducing like this whole new part of the universe at the same time. I don't know. Eddie Brock says, what was the point of keeping up with it for the past 20 years if it's going to be erased? Welcome to comics. Welcome to comics. Hi, here we go. Welcome. Retconning and new writers and licensing agreements would like to meet you out back behind the barn. Pay no mind to the baseball bats and crowbars they're taking with them. Fantastic Four would have been even more woke than the last movie. Well, it's still going forward. And apparently, as of 2 weeks into October, I think, sometime in like mid-October, they announced that Fantastic Four not only would be female-focused, but could potentially, right, so this is going to be around Sue Storm. That's going to be her perspective in their Fantastic Four. And then they announced that they haven't like confirmed this, but the director is very fond of the idea of using a female herald. So either they gender bend, gender swap Silver Surfer, or they introduce one of the other heralds and just forget about the Surfer altogether. Wilberforce Wooster says those in the know knew not to watch anything after Endgame until the real reboot happened. Well, I got news for you. I stopped watching in Infinity War. That's right. As far as I know, Thanos won and the Avengers went the fuck home. You guessed it. Anyway, back to this mess. So, let's see. My Time to Shine writes, on X back in September, if Endgame was the closure to the beginning of the MCU with Iron Man, then Secret Wars is the finale to the Marvel franchises that came before Iron Man and the MCU. Okay, that's weird. So are they going to try that DCU thing they did at the end of Flash, where like all the pocket universes are aware of each other, and then they go to Battle World and like they all get erased? Is that what they're going to do? They're going to like put Blade on Battle World? Was he ever in Secret Wars? Was Blade ever in Secret Wars? I don't remember that. I don't even know what the hell we would do in Secret Wars. Like, I'm not really. I don't know. Then again, Hawkeye was in it once. So I mean, like, I guess anybody gets to go to Battle World, whether they can put up a fight or not. Anyway, Scooper, Can We Get Toast also posited that Secret Wars will be a send-off to the current iteration of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He wrote on X, quote, Feige is making Secret Wars the send-off to not only the current MCU, but all the other movies. I already read that. What are we doing again? What are we doing? It's the ultimate soft reboot to make way for something all new, all different. Oh no. You know what that means. You know what happened when they did that. Wow. So they're gonna try an all new, all different the MCU. So that mean they're really gonna, oh man, are they gonna lean into Ironheart for real now? And we're gonna get that weird Ghost Rider who's not Ghost Rider, but kinda Ghost Rider, and this weird uncle is where he gets his powers from. What was the other thing that sucked? Well, everything sucked about that, but like, oh yeah, She-Hulk got all like weird, beefy She-Hulk. Like, it wasn't curvy She-Hulk anymore. It was like a bulldozer She-Hulk. And she had stripes for some reason. And Captain Marvel had a sister. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, Asian Hulk. That's right. The Korean kid that out Bruce Banner. Because, you know, just turn yourself into a Hulk, kid. It worked out for everybody else who did it. Anybody talk to Betsy Braddock recently? Or Betsy Ross, excuse me? Oh, well. So, by the way, okay, spoiler, sorry. Don't freak out. But here we go. Deadpool 3 will end at the beginning of Secret Wars. The TVA is recruiting throughout the movie a group of prime, quote unquote, prime versions of each MCU hero or Marvel hero, I guess, in Wolverine's case. And they're going to go up against the Kang variants. Now, as we know, that's not going to work because Jonathan Majors is going to be very busy not going to prison for several years for assault. So most likely not going to be the big bad going forward. It's my theory that they're going to have Loki do some kind of Agent Smith thing to Kang and steal his like multiplicity of selves. And that's what I think is what's going to trip Doctor Doom into starting Battle World is like a multiverse of Lokis, like an army of Lokis in the cosmos. And I don't know how Doom would miss that. And I don't know much about Doom, but I know he does not get along with Loki. Nobody does, really. But Wilberforce Rooster says, just replace Kang with Doctor Doom. Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do. And we're going to deal with like a horde of Lokis all over the place, Agent Smith style. And that'll be the big army they have to fight. Because what Kevin Feige doesn't like to do is he does not want to have like things that talk get killed in mass. He doesn't like that. Captain Marvel, each character that she was like beating the heck out of, they didn't talk much. They didn't have much personality. They were just sort of foot soldiers. But as you start getting into like more intricate things, like with the actual battle between the Kree and the the Kree and the Skrulls, right? You get to the actual like problems with those people going forward. You end up with a lot more like secret invasion kind of crap going on, and so that Kevin Feige doesn't like that. That's why the Chitauri were used, I guess, in Avengers. Is that the Chitauri weren't like they didn't have like a speech pattern or anything. They were just grunts that you could just erase, and no one was going to have like two questions about it. It's basically like the Borg from Star Trek. You can wipe out millions of them and not have like a soul problem about it, I guess. Not like be kept up all night. So like a whole universe of Lokis to fight is, you know, a lot. But I think that's what they'll do because it's the only threat I can imagine that'll be like nostalgic enough to bring people back. Because think about the Avengers. The first Avengers movie was about Loki causing stuff. And this is the Loki from that movie. It's not the Loki that was strangulated by Thanos. This is the Loki from the first movie. So he's still as mischievous and twisted and weird and unrepentant as he ever was. So, you know, I don't know. Swift Fox Mark II says the rest of the multi-Lokis will all be women and they will all kick Prime Loki in the balls, probably in a conga line, right? Because that's how like Tumblr-esque a lot of the MCU has become, huh? There's also precedents for characters reprising their roles as they after they said they had moved on. Hugh Jackman previously said he was done with Wolverine. In 21, he said, I realized before we shot Logan, I was like, we got the idea. We knew what it was going to be ish, right? And I thought, this is it. And that really helped me. It really helped me knowing I was going into my last season and it would be my last season and that it was my last season. And it made, and I made the most of it. And it's still a character I hold close to my heart, but I know it's done. Tell that to whoever you want. But please tell it to Ryan Reynolds because he doesn't believe it. He thinks I'm joking. Please. And guess what? He went and he made it. Remember this?
Hey, everyone. We're extremely sad to have missed D23, but we've been working very hard on the next Deadpool film for a good long while now.
I've had to really search my soul on this one.
His first appearance in the MCU obviously needs to feel special. We need to stay true to the character, find new depth, new motivation, new meaning.
Every Deadpool needs to stand out and stand apart. It's been an incredible challenge that has forced me to reach down deep inside.
And I have nothing. Yeah, just completely empty up here and terrifying. But we did have one idea.
Just one.
Hey, Hugh, you want to play Wolverine one more time?
Yeah, sure, Ryan.
Yeah, sure. Right. That's just how it goes, you know. But Wolverine's going to be back for this, as you've seen in the previous image here. But that's what we're looking at. Wilberforce says, "Don't forget the Mint Mobile to get Mint Mobile." Okay, Mint Mobile. That's right. Mint Mobile, his stupid cell phone company. It was great. I'm not reading all that, but you get the point. They're gonna do a Secret Wars thing, and that's all, guys. That's all I wanted to talk about. I'm sorry. I just it just hit me. It was like, great. So they told us for all this time that it wasn't gonna happen. Robert Downey Jr. was like, we're not gonna do it. It's over with. Hugh Jackman was like, it's over with. We're not doing it. I'm done. They had mothballed all these characters. Fantastic Four. Ask a Zoomer who the hell the Fantastic Four is. I defy you to find me a Zoomer that A, gives a shit about the Fantastic Four, and B, it really has any idea what the hell they are. I mean, there might be a couple kids out there that like their dad has a Fantastic Four comic, or maybe they grew up watching the Fantastic Four animated show on Netflix, right, at their daycare. But I don't know. Other than that, snowball's chance in hell they know who the hell the Fantastic Four are. So this is, again, another thing that's going to be DOA because nobody has any like title recognition for this, and they're not brave enough to try something new with it. And so we're going to ask a Zoomer who Medicare is. Exactly, right? I bet they know. But you've got And on the other end of this, on the other end of that spectrum, you got the X-Men, who are like one of those evergreen sort of properties. But because of how like touchy-feely, wokey-dokey the Disney has become, the parent company for Marvel, they will not allow the X-Men to function in their primary like mode. We now know that we're going to see Captain Marvel in the Marvels. Monica Rambeau, the Black Captain Marvel. Monica Rambeau is going to get like punched into Kelsey Grammer Beast's living room during a fight, and that's going to be that's going to be the introduction of the X-Men, I guess. There you go. You're just going to have like a 2-second boop. And Monica Rambeau is going to destroy Kelsey Grammer's coffee table. And that's that. I hear there's a lot of living room furniture destruction in this movie, so expect a lot of slapstick, dumb things because, that's what they do now, I guess. Either way, I just wanted to bring that to your attention that that's what was going on here. I'll save you the lengthy anime outro and just cut it. But, yeah, no, it just drives me up the wall, right? If anything, I was looking forward to having like Tom Cruise play Iron Man. Remember they were flirting with that when they were doing Doctor Strange Mom. Remember that? That they were like, oh yeah, Tom Cruise is going to be playing the evil Iron Man. What is that? Superior Iron Man. That's right. He was going to be playing Superior Iron Man, the crazy one that invents extremists and makes you pretty, but it costs money. Yeah. He gave Matt Murdock sight again. That was freaky. But anyway, that apparently isn't happening. So that sucks. Robert Downey Jr. is going to come back and be an old Iron Man. Anyway, that's that. And I just feel bad for the kids these days. Like they don't have anything. They don't get anything new. They're not allowed to have new things. We're just going to keep repeating stuff that happened in the 80s and 90s and 70s over and over and over again because new ideas are scary. Anyway, try not to die.